Hello, my friends. I hope you're having a really wonderful day and you're doing well. This is a different kind of video I'm doing today. I'm a little anxious and I'm trying not to be because I know the Bible tells me not to be, but I'm only human. This is not a political video, first and foremost. It's just not political. I know that one side or the other on what's going on in this country with the shutdown. He said, she said, and back and forth. I know my stance and how I believe on it, but my concern right now is for the EBT people, cards, and people who rely on them for food every month. I know, I realize there is a lot of corruption in that system, but we made that back in the 70s. I think they just started doing what they called food stamps back then. I don't know when they really started. I can remember my grandparents eventually got like a $20 a month allowance. 20. It was assistance. They had to use their money from their Social Security for it. They were poor. They had 6 children. She stayed home. My grandmother stayed home. 2 of the children were blind. And my grandfather built houses while they lived in them and moved on to the next. He didn't have a college degree. That's just how they lived. Everywhere they went, they grew a garden. And she canned. And later in life, they got $20 a month because I can remember my mother taking them to the store and buying them extra. A little, she would buy them a little more because we weren't wealthy either. So, but she would help them out. And I remember that one day when I was young that happened. But this assistance now, it's assistance. It should be assisting people and helping them to buy their food and living and stuff. It shouldn't be totally their income. I don't really know how all that works and what people get. I have no idea. So please don't judge me on that. I just know what I'm seeing on social media. A lot of people saying how much they get a month because they have 6 children from 4 baby daddies. Which is just really shocking to me that people don't learn, or they do learn. I don't know. But I know that I've seen a lot of people threaten if they don't get their money, they're going to be rioting. They're going to be just going into the stores and just taking what they want. And then I've heard threats that they're going to be attacking people, like our women, mainly women who have groceries, and taking them from them when they leave the store. I've been hearing all kinds of things. I think most of the people will be probably hitting food banks as much as they can. I know my church food bank only hands out food on the 3rd Saturday of every month. So that's going to be well past this November 2nd deadline. And even then, it's supplemental. It has some canned goods and some pasta and maybe a meat or a vegetable. It's not meant to last. And I was watching a video recently I'm in Louisiana, and how the food banks are really gearing up for just being overwhelmed with people. The honest people that's not going to go out and do that, but into the stores and robbing and thieving and stuff. But they're just being overwhelmed right now, and they're trying to just put more and more food up for people, because who knows how long it's going to last. It may be over with in 2 weeks or within a week, but because they've waited so long, people are not going to get their full benefit. Some of these people have quite a few children, and those babies don't need to go without their food. They don't need to go without. I don't care how anybody says it's not the children's fault. It's just the system that this country we have put people on this and we just let them rely on us. I don't really understand why they did that, but it's gotten out of hand. But my concerns are these these elderly and people who really need to be on it. There's a lot of people who are SSI, they're on Social Security, and I know because I've seen the people that come through our food bank line at our church. They have to meet certain requirements. They can only make so much a year, and they're only given like 2 bags for a family, a meat, a fruit, a vegetable. It's not a lot. Maybe in the bigger cities it's more, but in ours that's it. And they have recommended, if we can, if you have finances, maybe donate to your food bank, or just buy an extra few cans when you go to the store and drop them off at your food bank, or the person or place that distributes food for your food bank. Any little thing like that would help. I know I saw Walmart corn and some other vegetables, just 50 cents a can, back to 50 cents right now. And that would be a good deal if you could go buy $5 worth and drop it off at your local food bank. I know many of us think they're lazy and don't deserve it, and I get that. I get how you feel about some people. I get it. I understand. But most of them that are getting the food have little children who don't deserve that. The elderly don't deserve not going without, because children can't get along in our government. One just hates the other. And it's sad. And I'm concerned. Thanksgiving's coming up. I'm going to go this week and go ahead and get the little bit I make for Thanksgiving dinner now. The turkey breast, the little ham, all this stuff, in case I can't get out. I don't know what to expect. But fill your gas tank up. I am, and always have been, for a long time, not always have been, what you call one of those preppers. I do prep. I kind of slacked off in the past couple years, but I still have a lot of rice and beans and Mylar bags and some Augustin Farms that I'd ordered, and some of their meat I'm trying to think of the name of it. I think it's Augustin. It has like a 5-year shelf life. Powdered milk, shredded cheese, stored for 10, 15 years, butter, powdered butter, all that kind of stuff I bought before all those prices. The eggs, powdered eggs, I bought a lot of that before prices just really went up recently on the eggs last year. But that will only last so long. And, I have neighbors and I can't watch them starve, and I have family members. I know the Bible tells me not to worry about what I'm going to eat or drink. It says, do not have anxiety. But I'm a Proverbs 31 woman, and I'm told to look after the ways of my household so they don't go without. So I can do the prepping without stressing out and worrying and over put too much food up or anything, because I'm thinking of other people. I was thinking about this so bad this morning. I went to wash my hair, got out of the shower, and for the life of me, my hair was wet and I couldn't remember if I washed it. That's how this is concerning me. I'm concerned at all air. I'm concerned for our safety, your safety, my safety, my family's safety. I'm concerned for these people who really need this food assistance. I'm concerned for the people who are on it and just using the system, but we made that. You can't just pull the plug. You need to wean it off if you're going to try to do that, because that causes riots and crime and stuff. I mean, your hunger hunger is one of those things when you're not going to want to watch your child go hungry, so you'll go and do whatever you need to do to take care of your child. That's what people do. And I just want you to be safe. Think about if you have the money this week, go ahead and get what you need before then, because either way, it's going to be cut some anyway. Even if they agree to come to the table and open up the government, it's still, from what I can tell, is not going to be the full benefit right off the bat. And not all food banks just open up every day. They do over the country. Some of them just have certain days of the week they do it. And go down and get yourself a few extra cans of stuff. Go down and get what you, just be safe. When you're getting in the car, make sure you open your car and go ahead and lock the other sides of the door so nobody can get in that car. Keep your head on a swivel. Look around. I watched that on Full Spectrum Survival. Keep your head on a swivel. Be looking around for people coming up to you, running up to you, or anything. Your shopping cart can be a really good protection for you in between someone else. I've seen videos on that, how the people have used that. I'm just really concerned. I know right before COVID started, I saw it coming in November of that year. So I started putting up alcohol, wipes, masks. I already had N95 masks up for years. Just simply because I had watched, I think it was called Doomsday Preppers, which was kind of silly, but I understood some of it. And some of it made a lot of sense to me. So I just went ahead and put some stuff up. I am over 100 days ahead on all our medications, which isn't a lot, but most of ours, if we lose weight, we probably could wean off the blood pressure medicine, except for my father. But he's not in AFib, and I do have plenty of baby aspirin for blood thinners. But you have to start thinking about this kind of stuff, because I don't know what's going on. I'm just seeing more and more and more problems all over the world. And it may just because we're reporting it more, because it's all over the internet. But if it's, and then the times, prepare your soul, prepare yourself, read your Bible, memorize scripture, be ready. But in the meantime, protect those you love. When you go to the store, get those few extra cans and drop them off where you can to help someone in need. Because this could be really bad, and I'm praying it's not. But how about we just do a little and be thankful that we did. Anyway, sign out, y'all. I just wanted to get that out there. I hope you stayed with me, because I'm worried a little bit, and I know I'm not supposed to be. But I had my daddy's errands today, so I couldn't really pick up stuff today. But I am going tomorrow or Friday to go ahead and get Thanksgiving dinner bought and have, so I don't have to get out. That shouldn't be the highest priority, but people do depend on me to make a few things if I can. But I don't know what's going to happen. But just get some things so you don't have to just keep going to the store so much. Make sure you have some cash on hand. Because I know when we had a hurricane come up this way, just the after parts of the storm, it took out our internet. And none of the gas stations accepted any kinds of cards. And if you didn't have cash, you couldn't buy ice, you couldn't buy gas around in our area within about a probably 10-mile radius. So make sure you have some cash on hand. And stay safe. God bless.